Are you an independent artist struggling to get your music heard, constantly putting out music but not feeling like you're getting the recognition you deserve? If that's you, this video is for you. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get more exposure and to help that music grow. What's up, my name is Reese, aka EVPRO, and I'm a creative consultant within the music industry, and today we're going to talk about some tips to help get you some more exposure. The music industry can be tough to break into, especially for independent artists. With so many talented musicians out there, sometimes it's hard to cut through the noise and get your music heard. And without the support of a record label or a manager, it can be tough to know where to start. So, tip 1. Building a strong online presence. Now, we've all been told before, social is king, social media, you need to be big on here, you need to do this, you need to do that. As an independent artist, you should be using all the platforms available to you. It may be you pick one or two to them to be a priority, but you should still be on every single platform. What this does is it widens the potential audience that you can reach. The more places you are, the more people you can potentially reach. At the minute, quick, short form content is really flying and enabling people to get a mass following very, very quickly. So that's TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. You want to be making content for these platforms. The reason being, as I mentioned previous, is that you have the ability to absolutely blow up overnight. You could have 100 followers and have a video that does 100,000 views. Now I get, some people don't want to be on video, but you don't have to be in front of it. You have to make content that feels natural to you. There are thousands of accounts on TikTok that don't have a face of anyone in, but it'll be people promoting their music where it's, say, just a scenic, it'll be a video clip or stock imagery that matches the vibe of their track, and they'll have text on it, and you can be smart with it. You could have that text so the text takes longer to read than the length of the soundbite, so it actually takes 2 or 3 plays for them to read what you've written on the TikTok or on the video. All of a sudden, 1 play turns into 3. The key to making good content is making it right for you, doing what makes you feel happy, what feels right for you. If you want to post a little bit more about your personality and not just music, I encourage that. If you're into fashion, post a little bit of fashion. You can mix it up. Nowadays, audiences want to have that insight into their artists' lives. They want to see the behind the scenes. They want to see how they live. They want to see their likes and their dislikes. Never be afraid to share that information online. It's all about posting what matters to you and what feels natural. And another key thing is to test. Test content. Test different types. Try new things. And if you put out enough content, eventually you'll see something will start to take off and you'll be like, oh, okay, that worked. Let's try a little bit more of that. Essentially, the more things you throw at the wall, eventually you'll work out what will stick. And then when you know what sticks, you can double down on that. Just while we're firing through all these tips, don't forget, give the video a thumbs up. And if you like the video, hit subscribe for more info like this. Tip number 2, collaborating with other artists. I feel like this one's sort of a bit of a given, but you want to collaborate with people. When you work with someone else, their audience finds you and your audience finds them. This is a fantastic way for you both to grow. Now, this could be collaborating on music. It could just be going out to the same hangout spots, going and supporting someone else's show. There's so many different ways that you can collaborate with people. It doesn't just have to be on a track. It's a win-win for both parties. You're both increasing your audience and you're increasing your network as well, and you're worth within the scene that you are in. Tip number 3, playing live shows. I get it. The minute I've said that, some of you are probably thinking, but I'm trying, I can't get booked. I've tried going on these festival lineups. I've emailed this person. Who said you had to be booked for something? Why can't you put your own show on? Whether it's for 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, you could hire out your local pub and put 30, 40 people in, or do it on a Friday night when you know there's going to be people there. Go to open mic nights, go to live sessions in venues. There's so many opportunities where you can play, yes, for free, but that's what you have to do when you get started. Playing live shows gives you an opportunity to really show people what you're about, your personality, your music, your stage presence. And not just that, it's massively character building for you as an artist. Because if you learn to play to a smaller venue that's not so busy, when you get to them bigger venues that are absolutely rammed, you're going to be so confident. Your stage presence is going to be incredible. And you're going to know within yourself, if you could do it for them smaller venues with not so many people, you can absolutely smash it for when it's the larger venues with a packed out crowd. Okay, so tip number 4. This one's a little bit different, but it's leveraging the power of influencers. Now, I know when you say that word influencers, people automatically think the typical people that we're used to seeing on our Instagram or TikTok feed promoting products or whatever it might be. However, there is ways that you can promote your music through people with larger followings. And there's also ways you can do it for very low cost or for free. You want to be reaching out to bloggers, to YouTubers, YouTubers and other influencers within your genre and within your space. So if you made a Dropbox folder with 5 of your tracks, send an email to 10 of your favorite YouTubers saying, hey, I'm a really big fan of yours. I just wanted to send you some of my music and feel free to use it in any of your videos if you wish. Here's links to my channels and my socials. Would be great to connect one time. It's short, it's sweet, and it gets to the point. And if they have hundreds of subscribers or thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions, and they then use your track, that's a massive wide exposure. You're hitting demographics and an audience that you wouldn't be able to normally. Creators of this nature are always looking for audio to use in the background of their videos. And unless you reach out, it's very, very unlikely that they're going to find your work. And it may be that one of your tracks is the perfect fit that they've been looking for their video. You just don't know. If you don't ask, you don't get. If you're not willing to put your music out in the world and connect it to as many people as you physically can, then you can't expect to grow your audience. Reaching out to bloggers or also websites that list people's track like artlist.io, like you can upload your track to there and it will get new eyes. That's videographers, it's creators who are using the track. Yes, you are essentially giving away some of the royalties, but you will be making money back off of that. You'll be making money through that website. That then becomes an income stream for that audio. Doing this can help you reach a much wider audience and build your fan base. Okay, so the final one, tip number 5 is network. You want to be mingling and interacting with the people that are in your scene. This means going to the shows that you want to play at, getting familiar with the staff, having a look on people's Instagram, doing a little FBI investigating to see who's their tour manager, who's their production person. You can find all this information out online if you look hard enough. If you want your music being played in clubs, have a look at all the clubs that you want your music played in and see who the DJs are, who's regularly playing there. Find out who they are, send your music to them. There is so many ways to get your music out to people and build your network. And then once you have that network, you want to engage with them, engage on other people's Instagram posts, like their stuff, share their stuff, help each other out, be a part of the community. Because then if someone new comes in or fans of say a different artist always sees you commenting on their posts, leaving likes or sharing their stuff, eventually they're going to cross over. And 9 times out of 10, if you're doing it to someone else and showing them that love and just interacting and being a part of that community, they will return the favor and do it in return. You want to be getting yourself to music industry networking events. Now, yes, warranted, they're not as common. However, I actually run one. It's called DM. Yes, I know, shameless plug. We are currently in London and Manchester within the UK, but 2-3 times a year we get people from the music and the creative industry and we bring people together, and it's a perfect time for people to network with bookers, festival promoters, other producers, artists. Regardless of what we put on, there's so many other people putting these events on. They are sometimes harder to find, but you want to be checking Eventbrite, check on Instagram, Google search, all the different ticketing websites that are available. People are out there, they will have a look for these events, they exist. And when you're going to these, you want to have an open mind. You know, as I always say at our events, look to the left, look to the right, shake someone's hand, give them a fist bump, say hello. Your network is your net worth, and that can be applied across every single sector in life. The stronger your network is, the easier it is for you to solve problems. The more people that you can add to your network, the more potential value you have to gain. So to recap, we had building our online presence. It's important. You've got to do it. I know you hate it, but remember, you want to make content that feels natural to you. Tip number 2, collaborate with artists. As we said, there's so many different ways that you can collaborate with artists. So don't think, just get asking people and get to it. Tip 3, play live shows. As we said, it doesn't need to be 1,000 people, it doesn't need to be 100 people. And if you can't get booked onto the gigs you want, put on your own gigs, put on your own shows. You then have full creative control. Show people who you are and what you're about. Tip 4 was leverage the power of influencers. That could be YouTubers, it could be bloggers, it could be people on TikTok that need audio for their TikToks. There's lots of different ways, you just got to do the searching. And tip 5 was, of course, network. Your network is your net worth. The more people you know, it's just going to make this whole journey through the music industry a lot easier. So there you have it. That is my 5 tips for growing your audience as an independent artist. If you have liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps the algo. We all know that. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And if you really like the video, hit that subscribe button for more. I am EVPRO and I will see you next time.